Let's discuss advantages and application of Lagrangian formulation. First, I will in short discuss the advantages of Lagrangian formulation. So, Lagrangian formulation is not new theory, but it is alternative method for the Newtonian mechanics. So, like Newton's equation of motion, Lagrange's equation of motion lead to second order differential equations, and we have solved these differential equations. They describe the nature. When we solve this, they describe the nature of motion. However, the Newtonian and Lagrangian equations are obtained from different consideration. Hence, the approach with which we approach towards this mechanics or formulation are totally different. So, let's see what is Newtonian approach and what is difference in Lagrangian approach. So in Newtonian approach, we consider forces which are applied on system. But in Lagrangian approach, we just consider kinetic energies and potential energies to find Lagrangian and its equation of motion. So in Newtonian approach, these forces accelerate the system, and force and accelerations are vector quantities. So the forces are due to external agencies, and due to these forces acceleration is produced in the body. So in setting the original form of equation, it is necessary to work with so many vectors as force, acceleration, velocities, and in some problem it is not possible to know all type of forces acting on the system, and particularly in case of constraint forces it is difficult to know all type of forces. So Newtonian mechanics has little bit disadvantage in this way, but in Lagrangian approach we only need kinetic and potential energy, and the concept of force is not discussed here directly. Thus, the only deal that we have to do is the scalar quantities which are potential and kinetic energy, and it is very simple to solve such problems because kinetic and potential energies have the generalized coordinate to form the Lagrange's equation of motion. So, the transformation from Cartesian coordinate to generalized coordinate is obtained by transformation equation, and from this we will go to know the Lagrangian formulation. So Lagrangian formulation is the easier method to know the equation of motion or to study the motion of a object rather than Newtonian mechanics or Newtonian formulation. So these are the advantages of Lagrangian formulation over the Newtonian mechanics. Now let's discuss some simple applications of these Lagrangian formulations. Means in this topic we will find equation of motion using Lagrange's equation of motion that we have discussed in our last lecture. So the simple application is simple pendulum. So first easiest and simple example to find Lagrange's equation of motion is a simple pendulum. And in case of simple pendulum, we have already discussed some few things regarding this in the starting of this chapter. So let's consider a simple pendulum which is made up of the bob of mass m, and this mass is attached to the massless string which has constant length L, and it is kept in a gravitational field G which is constant. Now here I am considering this y as a positive x-axis in upward direction. So here I will have negative y-axis and this is our x-axis. So along this x-axis there is a rigid support with which this is origin, and I will attach a massless string to this origin, and here there is a bob which having mass m. So this angle I am going to take as a theta, and length of this string we have taken as a L. So here, if we consider the simple pendulum oscillating, then there will be a curved path followed by this bob. So if I have to find x or y coordinate, I should put perpendicular over here. So let me call this point as C and this as A. Now here in this we have already discussed that although the motion of simple pendulum is two-dimensional, we will have only one generalized coordinate, that is Q will be here theta. This we have already discussed under the topic generalized coordinates. So to describe this system or pendulum, we will need only one generalized coordinate, which is a theta, and the position of bob will be given by two equations, x and y, and we have already derived those relation in lecture, and we have discussed that x will be equal to L sin theta here and y will be equal to L cos theta with negative sign. But in our previous discussion there was positive y axis over here. Now how x comes to be L cos theta? Because in this diagram what will be sin theta? Sin theta will be opposite side upon hypotenuse, and what is the opposite side? It is this opposite side, and this is given by x, and this is our y, which is taken as negative. So sin theta will be x upon L, and according to this we got x is equal to L cos theta. Now how we got y equals to minus L cos theta? Since cos theta is adjacent side upon hypotenuse, now here hypotenuse is L, and what is adjacent side is this y, which is taken as negative. So this is minus y. From this we got y as minus L cos theta. So we got these two positions. So this x and y represents the positions of the bob. Now to find Lagrangian, we should know the L, which is T minus V, and here T is kinetic energy, that is half m v square, that is half m r dot square. Now here there is a relation between spherical polar coordinate and Cartesian coordinate as r square is equals to x square plus y square. So this relation you have already know, or you have already studied in mathematical methods in physics. From this r dot will be x dot square plus y dot square. This means if you have to find kinetic energy, you will need half m into x dot square plus y dot square. So to know this, we have to find derivative of x and y with respect to time. And if we found those derivative, we will get x dot as means derivative of x with respect to time will be, now L is constant, so L derivative of sin is cos theta, and again derivative of theta will be theta dot with respect to time. And what about y? Y dot will be, again here the derivative of cos is minus sin. In book there is mistake, so you have to make that correction. So here derivative of sin is cos, but derivative of cos is minus sin theta. So here this minus will become plus. L is constant and derivative of cos is minus sin theta, and this minus we got here plus, and again derivative of theta will be theta dot. So we got x dot and y dot. Let's substitute it in t. We will get t is equals to half m and x dot square, that is L square theta dot square cos square theta plus L square theta dot square sin square theta. Now if we took L square theta dot square common, we will get m L square theta dot square in bracket sin square theta plus cos square theta. In book so many steps are skipped. We are taking this explicitly so that it will be clear to you. Now from mathematical identity, sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. We will get t as half m L square theta dot square. So now we got t. Now we will need v, so that we will get Lagrangian, and from this Lagrangian we will find Lagrange's equation of motion. So to find potential energy, choosing the zero potential energy point when theta is 0. So the potential energy in general is given by mgh, that is height. Now here what will be height? So height will be when this pendulum is at rest, its position will be over here, right? So this length OA is nothing but L. But when it is oscillated, we give some amplitude and we make some oscillation to it, it will go at some height. Now how to calculate this height? If we took the difference between OA and OC, we will get that height, that is this difference. So the height in this case is given by mg and this OA minus OC, that is this is the height with which your pendulum is having some potential energy. So we will get OA minus OC over here. But from diagram we already know what is OC. OC is L cos theta. So if we substitute, and OA, value of OA is nothing but length of pendulum. So we will get mg L minus L cos theta. Now if we took L common, we will get mgl 1 minus cos theta. So here this is nothing but the potential energy V, that is mgl 1 minus cos theta. So we got kinetic energy and potential energy. Now if we have to find Lagrangian, Lagrangian is given by L is equal to T minus V. So let's substitute T, that is half m L square theta dot square minus V is mgl into 1 minus cos theta. So this is Lagrangian. Now equation of motion, Lagrange's equation of motion is given by d by dt of dou L upon dou Q dot minus dou L upon dou Q, and this equals to 0. Now in our case Q is nothing but theta and Q dot will be theta dot, since we have only one generalized coordinate, that is theta. So here if we put the value of Q as theta, our Lagrange's equation of motion will be dou L upon dou theta dot minus dou L upon dou theta. So to find this Lagrange's equation of motion, what we will need? We will need L upon dou theta dot and dou L upon dou theta. So let's find dou L upon dou theta dot. So here derivative of L with respect to theta dot, what will be it here no theta dot, so this term will get vanish while taking derivative, and derivative of theta dot square will be 2 theta into this 1 by 2. That means this derivative will be m L square theta dot. So we got dou L upon dou theta. Now find dou theta dot. Now find dou L upon dou theta. So dou L upon dou theta will be here no theta, so derivative of this term will be 0, and here again this in this mgl there is no theta, so this will also be 0, means this term will be 0. Only we have to find derivative of mgl cos theta. So that derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta. This minus plus, but derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta. So I will get mgl minus sin theta. So this is derivative of L with respect to theta. Now if we substitute this in Lagrange's equation of motion, we will get d by dt of this term, that is m L square theta dot minus, now minus minus we will get plus mgl sine theta, which is equals to 0. Now here if we find derivative of this, it will be ml square theta double dot plus mgl sine theta equals to 0. Let me write this on next page. Now if we divide by ml square to this equation, we will get theta double dot plus here g by l sine theta, and this will be equal to 0. Now since if I consider theta is very small, so if theta is small, then there is approximation in mathematics that sine theta is taken as nearly equal to theta when theta is very small. So I am considering here theta as very small. Therefore I will get theta double dot is equal to gl upon g by l into theta equals to 0. Now this is nothing but the Lagrange's equation of motion for a simple pendulum, and period of oscillation of this pendulum is given by t is equals to 2 pi root L upon G. So this is the simple application of Lagrange's equation of motion, in which we have calculated the Lagrange's equation of motion for simple pendulum and its period. So period is specified by this term, root of reciprocal of this term into 2 pi, that gives us period. This we have already studied in SYBSC physics. That's why we are taking it directly.